Welcome back to the ECRC Weekly Vodcast. I'm Brianna Oates. Today we've got playoff hype, Thanksgiving fun, and a look inside one of our most hands-on career tech programs. Let's kick things off. Our WS Neal morning group talked to students about their excitement for round 3 as the Blue Eagles get ready to take off on Jackson.
Okay, so my plans for Friday is I want us to go down there and I want to tear Jackson up. Well, I hope we go tear Jackson up, and I just hope Gerard stand on business because last time he was not standing on business. And my personal plans is I need to make sure I got an outfit ready for when I go, because when I got ready to go to the last Neal Miller game, I was crying because I couldn't find an outfit. So I got to make sure I got my outfit ready and my hair ready and everything, period.
All right. Jackson game this Friday. I think we're going to get the dub, you know what I'm saying? That we're going to beat Jackson. A smooth, I say 45 to 35. Nah, I'm tripping. I say 20 to 14.
Hey, my name is Matthew Dean. I feel like Neal's about to win against Jackson.
You got a score prediction for me? Score prediction?
55 to 12.
All right, so it's hard to beat the team trust, so Neal gonna win this round. Let's go! Let's go!
That energy is unreal. Good luck to the Neal Friday night. With Thanksgiving almost here, our crew hit the halls to find out students' favorite Thanksgiving foods and traditions.
What is something that you think that is fun to do on Thanksgiving Day?
Eating and just hanging out with family and play games.
Go-to Thanksgiving food.
Mac and cheese.
What is something that you are thankful for this year?
I am thankful for my parents. I'm thankful for my goals and what I want to reach to and things like that.
What is your favorite food that you've always loved for Thanksgiving?
I thought she was going to say in general, but for Thanksgiving, probably collard greens. I ain't gonna lie, collard greens is something I can just eat all the time. Like, I can't never just miss collard greens.
What is your favorite thing about Thanksgiving?
Family, I guess.
I don't care what anyone says, mac and cheese is a Thanksgiving essential. Next, we visited Law and Public Safety with Mr. Herrington to get a closer look at what students are learning. This program teaches everything from emergency response to investigative procedures, and students get hands-on experience every day.
I chose this class because I thought it was interesting. It's pretty fun. We get to do a whole lot of good things. We go, outside. We do physical stuff and stuff like that. I would tell them that it's pretty fun. Just get ready to learn a lot about new stuff that you do not know. Yes, if I think about being a police officer, I would utilize the 10 codes from this class on the job.
I chose this class because I think it's a great opportunity to learn how to be a police officer. Something that makes this class different from other classes is we learn life-saving techniques like CPR. I think this class is good for underclassmen that want to be a police officer.
Your career or life? If so, how?
Yes, I plan to use CPR in case of an emergency.
So this is my third year teaching the law and public safety class. A prerequisite we take is Intro to Public Safety. Other classes that I teach with it would be Law and Corrections, Intro to Criminal Justice. We also have what they call a CTE lab. It's mainly, we strictly stick with kind of the law enforcement side of things. It's kind of what my background's in. As far as how the class goes, there's some physical aspects to the class, like we run the 1.5 miles. If these students decide they want to go in the police academy, you're required to do a 1.5 miles in 15 minutes and 27 seconds. You've got to do an obstacle course, which consists of pushing a police cruiser 15 feet, jumping over a 6-foot chain link or wooden fence, climbing through what's determined a window, walking across a balance beam, and lastly, dragging a 165-pound dummy. If these students, if they decide they want to be in law enforcement and want to be a police officer, that's what you do on day 2 at the police academy. And you also have to do 22 push-ups in a minute and 25 sit-ups in a minute. If you fail any of those things, you're automatically kicked out. So one of the big things we emphasize is staying physically fit. And it's not like we run every week. You know, we do a 1.5 mile run once every 9 weeks, same thing with the obstacle course, and it's all part of a major grade. So all the hands-on activity stuff that we're doing here, whether it's felony handcuffing, like misdemeanor handcuffing, traffic stops, you're graded on it, and it's all a major grade. Most of the stuff that's what I consider book work would all be your minor grade type of work. We also get CPR certified in here. The students just got CPR certified last week. And we also teach public safety telecommunicator, which is a credential that they can get. So it's a lot of, being a police officer. I've got some students, you know, they have big dreams of wanting to go in the FBI, CIA, some type of federal agency. And I tell all my students, hey, that's great. You know, keep reaching for that goal. But a big thing that a lot of these departments are going to want, like the FBI, CIA, like go work at a minor department. So go work at Bruton Police Department, East Bruton Police Department, the Sheriff's Department, Flomaton Police Department, any of these smaller departments, and get your foot in the door. Get you about 3 to 5 years of experience of what we call working the streets, so working patrol, and then start applying to these bigger and better jobs. And at the same time, you can be working on your bachelor's degree, maybe a master's degree, and that way you can make more money, you get more promotions as your career builds. So one of the biggest credentials right now is with the Alabama Fire College. It's the public safety telecommunicator. What that entails is it probably take anywhere between 6 to 9 weeks to complete. A representative from the Alabama Fire College, they will come in, they will administer a test, say 100-point or 100-question multiple choice test, and there's also a hands-on portion. And on the hands-on portion, the student has to act like a dispatcher, take a call from somebody who acts like a caller, and then they have to dispatch either police, EMS, or the fire department to that call. What this does is, if you're 18 or older, that telecommunicator certificate is good for 2 years. I have a student who graduated last year, and right now she's working part-time for the Bruton Police Department dispatching. So at 18 years old, she's already got her health insurance lined up, retirement lined up, and she's already kind of started in her career. So her ultimate goal, I know, is to be a police officer, but this helped her get her foot in the door by having that certificate. And just like I told her, and I tell all these students, there's a lot of police officers, they do not have that telecommunicator certificate. So you could already be coming into a police department one step ahead of somebody else who might have been policing for the past 2 years. We do a lot of traffic stop scenarios and stuff like that, and like what we call room clearing. And what I mean by room clearing is, say there's a bad guy in that room and you've got to go in and make the arrest, and you have your gun drawn. Some of these students, I know they probably live out what I call out in the sticks, out in the woods. Maybe law enforcement's 30 minutes away, from them. I teach them, how you can protect yourself. Maybe you show up home and after a night out and you see your front doors kicked in. Well, you know how to kind of clear that room, clear that house if you need to. Same thing with traffic stops. I teach you what not to do on a traffic stop. What will raise a police officer's risk awareness. If a cop approaches the vehicle, you want to keep your hands on the steering wheel. You don't want to keep your hands where the cop cannot see them. How to, grab for your license and for your insurance. I really teach these kids about, hey, it's best not to argue with a cop on a traffic stop. You do get a court date and you can argue, your case in court. I, for one, when I was young, when I was 16 years old, I got a tent ticket. And the police officer never checked my tent. He just said, hey, it's too dark, and wrote me a ticket. And I told the students how I went to court, fought it, and I actually got that ticket thrown out and proved, hey, the officer did not check my tent. So sometimes it's best just to not argue on the side of the road and take it to court if you need to.
Such an impressive program. Huge thanks to Mr. Herrington and his students for letting us visit. For our final segment, we talked with WS Neal coaches and players about their preparation leading into the Jackson matchup.
The person with the best pregame playlist on the team, and my dog said to him.
Playing in the playoff to me personally mean the more we win, the closer we get to the championship.
The teammate that stepped up the most during the playoff push is St. Clark, because he had an ankle injury, but he's still doing all he can to contribute to the team so we can go all the way.
Well, he's stay mentally locked in when the pressure get high. You gotta remember you got a good technique. That's all you need. Because there ain't no point in sitting there being worried about something, overwhelming yourself, and then mess up how you play in the game in the long run. Something that make my opponent a tough matchup in the playoffs. It's gonna be, they know how to stay consistent with hard work. They don't give up too easy. They all work together as a good team, and they know how to stay consistent.
It's going to be a great game. Best of luck to the Blue Eagles. That wraps up this week's episode. From all of us at ECRC, have a great week and an early happy Thanksgiving.